Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. You know, I always say, don't sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because you literally cannot sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because things happen late in the evening, late at night, first thing in the morning. You know, you just don't know when shit's going to happen with the Cowboys. Now, you know, I am always busy. And this morning I had to deal with some shit. I mean, some real shit. I had to crawl up underneath the house at my mother's house and reconnect a sewer line. And just got down, just drove about 160 miles to get my mother-in-law back to her house. She spent the week at my house and things. It was nice having her there and stuff. But she was ready to go home, and got her down here. And lo and behold, I get down here and all hell has broken loose in the 2 hours that I've been on the road. So the Dallas Cowboys and Zeke Elliott are meeting, and the talks are intensifying, and they're trying to wrap up a deal this weekend. Now this is where it gets to be interesting, because I put a video out and let you guys know I was going to be on the road and things, and I had said that Shady McCoy was released. So there's only 9 running backs that are getting paid more than $6 million a year, which is unbelievable when you think about how much some of these positions guys are making. I mean, there's only 9 players that are running backs that are making more than $6 million. And I know $6 million I'd be happy with. Me personally, man, I would quit my day job and I would just build affordable housing for people. You know, just that's all I would do. And be good for the rest of my life. But for NFL players, when you see guys like Jimmy Garoppolo that's getting like $26 million, you know, that Kirk Cousins getting $28 million, that somebody like Zeke will be lucky if he makes half of that money a year. Think about that. I want you to think long and hard about that. Zeke Elliott, if he gets to become the highest paid running back in football, will literally make half of what Kirk freaking Cousins will make. And that's something wrong with that, because Zeke Elliott means so much to this team. I mean, let's be honest here. He is the heart and soul. He's not the be-all, end-all of it, but Zeke Elliott, you know, he's the engine that drives this bus. And you need that guy. Could the team win some games without him? Probably, because most teams don't have a Zeke Elliott. You know, they have different approaches. And I think we're still at an evolution for this team. But make no mistake about it, this is the grand scheme, and this is where it works perfect for the Dallas Cowboys. Because what you want to do is, if you're giving him this big deal, you want to be kind of like what Jerry Jones was saying, you know. We want Zeke for the playoffs. We want him healthy for the long haul. And that's what you got to understand, that if you use him solely as a battering ram 350 plus times during the season, by the end of the season, he's going to be Todd Gurley. His career will only be a few more seasons. But here's what you go, my friends. If you've got a Tony Pollard that you can use as a third down back, who gives you something a little bit different look, you know, catching out of the backfield, a little bit more speed and stuff. And, you know, then you've got Zeke Elliott. You reduce some of his carries down and make him more effective. So instead of it being 4.3 or 4.5 yards a carry, maybe because he's running less and he's fresher, maybe you're actually getting more like 5 yards a carry. And because now you've got all these other offensive weapons in a Randall Cobb and Michael Gallup, who seems to be getting that repertoire with Dak Prescott, the Amari Cooper, and you've got a possession guy, all of a sudden, it's like I've been saying for years, ideally, you want this offense to be death by 1,000 cuts. So where people just don't know where it's coming from. And then you have the capability to adapt to whatever team that you are facing, be it a team that is great against stopping the run, well, you know what? We can go ahead and throw the football. You got a team that's going to be high scoring that just figures out our defense, and you need to be in a shootout, then great. We got some horses to go downfield. It's late in the season. The weather's bad. You know what? We want to pound the rock. All of these things are capable, and yet you don't kill all your guys. And the final point I'm going to put here is, and this is what I said last night on my live stream, and shout out to all you people who have supported me. It's been, this time last year was devastating for me because my other channel got shut down by YouTube. And I just started the Vimeo and finally realized how to get online back with this channel. And we had about 300 subscribers. Shout out to all of you who came over, who found this channel, who have supported us and got us over 20,000. But I said this before last night on the live stream, and I've said it many, many times before. Pay attention to Stephen Jones. Jerry has been all over the map. He's been saying, from one end of the spectrum to the other. You got to take a lot of what he says with a grain of salt and realize that's Jerry being Jerry. But pay attention to Stephen Jones, because when it comes to contract, when it comes to negotiation, when it comes to being the bad cop, that is Stephen Jones, who I think is really the guy who's running a lot more than people realize. And that's where Jerry's over here doing his thing. Stephen Jones is over here handling business, getting the deal done. And if they can work this thing out, it's great news for the Dallas Cowboys. And if you are other teams around the NFL, you need to be worried about the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, and it's great news for Philly 500, who of course has Zeke Elliott in his fantasy football team. So we'll see. Boy, literally, I just can't even. You have to stay plugged in 24/7 with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Mark Holmes, and be here for a few hours. I'll check the waiver wire because, like I said, I got to get caught up on that. Daniel Wise was injured yesterday. They thought they put him on injured reserve, but they ended up releasing him today. So we'll find out if there's any other surprise cuts. There's about 52 minutes before you have to be down to 53-man roster, and we'll see. I think Chung was cut as well, but I think they'll bring him back on the practice squad. So we'll see how all these things work out. I'm Mark Holmes, and man, I'm exhausted. I'll see you guys soon.